guys, welcome to part 2 of our series on dreams and sleep paralysis and the like. So what we were kind of like picking up where we left off, we were talking kind of about like the auditory visual hallucination. So since we have more time, I would really like for you to kind of get into your auditory, the screaming is what like I'm like genuinely like interested in.
Yeah, so this was a few months ago, I would say.
Oh, okay. So, just kind of, were you in the new house or was this before?
No, this was before. This was when we were living with Gage and his family. Yeah. It was like a really weird time for me. I was like really stressed out. My dad was in the hospital.
Okay, yeah.
And I went to bed that night and I woke up. I was kind of in the limbo state where I was like coming out of it and like in my dream I was hearing screaming. Mm-hmm. And then I woke up and I realized that, you know, I'm awake now. I'm conscious. Yeah. I'm looking around the room and I just hear like what sounded like a woman being murdered.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Coming from underneath my bed. And this was like the second time I've ever gone into sleep paralysis. At this point now, I experience it so like frequently that I don't really freak out as much because I know it's going to end. Yeah. And I know what's happening. But at that point, I was really freaked out. Mm-hmm. And I just remember going into a really bad panic attack. I thought I was going to die that night.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I couldn't catch my breath. Mm-hmm. I was, you know, I just couldn't. Every time I would take a breath, it felt like something was like sitting on my chest and like pushing down, and like I couldn't gain another breath, kind of thing.
No, yeah, like it's just like you even though you're like sucking it in, it's just not doing its job right.
It's kind of like, you know, when they say like if an anaconda gets around you and he starts like squeezing you, like the more you breathe, the tighter it's going to wrap around you. It was kind of like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I honestly was sure I was going to die that night because I could not breathe. But eventually I did wake up, and I was, like, in tears. Aww. Like, I was so freaked out. But I survived.
Thank God. That's awful. So, okay, did it sound, like, because you said it was, like, under your bed. Mm-hmm. So, did it sound a little muffled, or was it, like, it was, like, right there?
It was like, I don't know how to fully describe it, but so like this table, it was like the sound was coming out and under, you know what I mean? Like out from underneath the
like
sides.
Encapsulating you in like a sound.
Yeah, like if you were to blow smoke underneath like a solid and it just like, comes around, like it billows around.
It sounds like a,
yeah.
Okay, cool. No, not cool, but
not
like,
really cool.
I know,
but
I like to know like the details like
cool
that.
for podcast episodes, so.
Yeah. But that just, I don't know, and like that's the thing, like, because I don't necessarily think it's like paranormal. No, but, like the shit that happens is
in it. It feels
so scary. Yeah. Like I said, my scariest moment like of my life, as far as like the paranormal is concerned, you know, quote unquote, was that sleep paralysis. Like I've seen shit, I've heard shit.
Yeah,
but like it's like okay. Like I mean like. You just, not even, like, desensitized. Like, I just feel like I see it so often that it just is, like, it's weird. You're like, oh, but it's not, like, terrifying. Well, sometimes it's pretty scary, but not to the extent that, like, I think because you can't move, and you can't, like, even if you wanted to fight or flight, you couldn't do either.
Exactly.
And I think that's why it's so scary.
Well, and that also kind of goes in with my fear of being locked in rooms. Like, I hate feeling trapped.
Yeah.
Like,
that's... Oh, okay. So that's probably why, like, that panic attack kind of set on. Because, like, you were trapped in your body.
Exactly.
It's, like, I mean, the gist of it. Mm-hmm. It's scary. It's so scary. But, like, the more that we talk about, the more that I, like, think about, like, auditory hallucinations that I've had, like, in and out of sleep. Which I understand is just kind of, like... The way I like to explain it is just, like, your dream projecting into reality. Yeah. But it's fucking scary, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember one time, I was, like, 12. Maybe I was, like, no, I was in the other bedroom, so I had to have been at least 13. Because I was in the new bedroom. Yeah. Which is weird to say, because that was fucking, like, 17 years ago. It's not new. But, I was laying there, And, like, I think I thought I was awake. I was freaking out. I don't know what I was, like, sometimes I think about things and then weird shit happens. Mm-hmm. And, like, so I feel like I almost, like, project it in, like, a weird way. And I feel like as an adult, I've kind of, like, controlled it a little bit more so I make it more positive. But, like, there was one time I was laying there, like, falling asleep. I don't know. I think I was thinking about, like, aliens. But that was a dog, just so you know. But, like, I don't know if I was thinking about it, but, like, when I heard the sound, like, that's what I thought. Like, I was so scared, like, I ran into my parents' room. Oh. But, like, what I heard, and, like I said, I remember this, like, clear as fucking day. It was, like, that weird, like, it was like that sound, but it was like, eat. Eat. And I was like, oh! Oh, shit! So I thought I was going to get eaten by an alien, and it scared me so bad.
Okay, truth be told, I am a million times more afraid of aliens than I am of any fucking demon out there.
You want to know something funny? I'm sorry. No, I really wanted to do this so bad, and I wish that I would have. So my friend dated this guy who was, like, irrationally afraid of aliens.
Like me.
No, like you know how, like, I'm irrationally afraid of, like, Halloween masks.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Oh.
So, like, I really wanted to buy like an alien costume and just.
Oh
no! I never did.
Wait, okay. Would you wear a mask?
Okay, so I'm okay with, like, touching and, like, it doesn't. It's until somebody puts it on. So unless I don't look in a mirror, would you scare yourself? I have a panic attack while
you're like frozen in fear, so you're stuck there.
I know. It's not that I mean, it's super irrational because, like, I love Halloween, I love scary, I love paranormal. But, like, for what I think it's because my dad is a dick. Like, honestly, like, this is where it stems from. It's like I was a little baby. Like, I was born in December, so I wouldn't have even been a year old. Mm. And they're walking down, like, the Halloween aisles with me, like, in the, like, cart.
Oh, yeah.
And that motherfucker would put on the scariest mask he could find and jump out and scare the shit out of me. And, like, to this day, as an almost 30-year-old adult, I can't. I've tried so many times. First panic attack was when my mom was trying to, like, I was like, I'm in my 20s. This is stupid. I don't need to be afraid of this. It was an Elvis mask. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I know. Everyone's making fun of me. I'm
sorry.
Okay. And, like, so, like, I was really nervous because, like, the last time I passed out Halloween candy, like, I was scared of the teenagers.
Oh, no.
But, like, it was my little kid, so it was fine.
I'm pretty sure My Chemical Romance wrote a song about that.
Shut up.
Oh, God.
That just means that Gerard Way knows me.
Oh.
I think. I wish. Same. I actually just recently heard his voice. Like, speaking voice.
Oh, yeah.
I was thrown off. Isn't that what I expected?
Really?
He sounds like Fry.
From like, Futurama?
That's, like, what I think about whenever I heard it.
Really?
That's what I mean, we're so off topic.
We are, but, so I'll continue with the real shit, but, I used to have Life on the Murder Scene, like, a concert DVD that I was so obsessed with. I would watch it, like, multiple times a night because Gerard Way.
He's so cute. I mean, and now, like, he does not look different.
He doesn't. Oh my.
He's a demon.
Oh.
Like, no, like in a good way.
A friendly demon.
Yeah, like, he's a vampire. Maybe I should say that. Like, also, Keanu Reeves is a vampire.
True.
Like, they look the same.
Vampires can't hurt you.
Only if you let them in your house. So, like, don't. Like, honestly, like, sometimes I hear, like, knocking on my, like, tapping on the window. I'm like, you fucking go away. I ain't letting you in.
Oh, man. We're really off topic.
We are. I'll go on to another auditory hallucination that I recently had. And then, like, another weird thing that's been happening, like, within the last year or so. So, you've met Rougarou more than once. You know, she's not really, like, she's a whiner. You can hear her crying now. But she's not really, like, much of a barker. And, like, when she talks to you, she kind of grumbles. She's like, like, she just doesn't really, like, she just doesn't understand her emotions. So, like, she, like, grumbles, and a lot of people think she's growling, which it's not. She's just talking.
Yeah.
She doesn't really bark. Like, even if I, like, knocked right now, I don't think she'd bark. Mm-hmm. But she cries a lot. But this dog is 5 years old. I've never experienced this, but like recently, like within the last year, it's happened probably like 3 or 4 times. Like it even happened like a couple nights ago. Mm-hmm. Like she's, dog sleeps and she will howl.
Really?
Like a wolf. Oh. Like a woo. I'm like, what the? It scares the shit out of me because I'm like, the first time I heard it, I was like, what the hell was that? So, like, it just kind of, like, I don't know. I was in a creepy house when it happened, too. So, I'm like, ooh, spooky time. But, like, it's just a weird thing. And then another personal auditory hallucination. But I feel like I was awake when it happened. Because I specifically remember. So, this was a while ago. Not, like, a while, but, like, long enough ago. I was in bed with, like, one of my exes, and, I woke up, like, but, you kind of wake up, you're not, like, awake.
Yeah.
Like, you and I talk about, we're very light sleepers, so waking up, like, 6,000 times a night is completely normal.
Yeah.
And I heard, like, whistling, like...
Oh, you told me about this.
And I thought it was him, and, like, whistling in his sleep, I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then, like, I was waiting for it to happen again, nothing happened. And then, like, his dad had recently passed away, so I'm like, was your dad, like, a whistler? He's like, no. I'm like, oh. Okay. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you what happened because he was a dick.
Yeah.
You just be like, oh,
you're crazy.
You're stupid. So, like, it was just weird. And, like, I remember being, like, awake because I was like, oh, I didn't know whistling. Like, I just thought it was, like, cute. Yeah. And, like, if I would have been, like, asleep awake, like, I would have just been like, oh my god, who's whistling? There's, like, a difference. Like, oh, yeah. I was somewhat, like, cognizant of it.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was gross. I know that there have been other ones, but honestly, like, as far as auditory, like, I can't even really, like, think of anything else, like, off the top of my head, but that one in particular.
Yeah. I feel like at this point it's just so normal for me that I just kind of...
like, brush it off. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to, though, have recurring nightmares.
Oh, I've only had, like, one recurring nightmare. But, I mean, it hasn't happened in a while just because of, like, the scenario that it was in. Yeah. But we can talk about that in our third part because we are getting down to crunch time. Yeah. So, you can join us for part 3 where we will discuss, like, reoccurring dreams, reoccurring nightmares, stuff like that. So, if you want to follow us into part 3, we'll meet you there.